This is Nabi Makaya Nzambe. First of all, our glorified King of all kings, the Lord of all lords, Tata Nzambe, Zambi, Akungu. In the book of Matthew 24:14, this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the nations of the world as a testimony, then the end will come. The Masa Nzambe is revealing himself, but he's not revealing to anybody. He's only revealing to a portion of the Bantus people, the Bena Congo, have been scattered to all four corners of the earth. Either you are in North America, or either you are in South America, either you are in Africa right now, or Europe, wherever you are. We're going to be uncovering one of the biggest revelation. You know the secrets, the hidden things, the hidden story about Adamoya and Evaya in the Garden of Eden. Like I say, Satan has hid information. He used fake information. He fed the world with fake information, but he kept the true information. So today we're going to be talking about the apocalypse of Moses, Masa. The apocalypse of Masa. Remember when Moses met the archangel Makaya Congo. The Moses was speaking through the archangel Makaya Congo. In the Bible, you're gonna see that they say that Moses met the Moses face to face. It's a lie. No man can see the Moses on earth and you live. Moses spoke to Makaya Congo. The Moses spoke through Makaya Congo and revealed to Masa Moses what exactly happened in the Garden of Eden. So let's open our Bible. This is the Apocrypha books. It's not in the Bible. The Catholic, they hide them. They don't want you to know about them because they have secrets, mostly for Bantus people. Let's read from verse 1 to 2. This is the story of Adam and Eve after they have gone out of the paradise. You see, after gone out of paradise, and Adam knew his wife. What you see here, you see that basically we existed before. You existed before. You think like you only appear on earth randomly. No, you have been existing way before spiritually. So the Moses decided who are going to be born on earth and who are going to remain in heaven. So Adam and Eve, they already existed in the heavenly realms, and Adam and Eve, they were both created by the image of the Masa Nzambe. And Adam knew his wife Eve and went upwards to the sun rising, and about there 18 years and 2 months, and has conceived and birthed 2 sons. The first one, his name is Adiaphotos. Can you imagine? Look at this word, Adiaphotos. You see, Satan think like it's going to fool the entire world. Yes, he did fool the entire world, but he's not fooling me any longer. Adiaphotos is a upwards word. It means Diablo photo, means the devil image. It means Cain was the son of Lucifer. So Cain in Bantu is Kaina or Koina. Everyone that speaks Lingala will understand what is Koina. Koina means hate. So Cain is not the real name. Those are the names that the Catholic they added in the Bible. So he conceived, his first son was Koina or Kaina, Cain. And Amiabel or Abeli or Abel was his second son. What happened? You know, I spoke about what Lucifer has done. He had deceived the woman. In the Bible, they say that both ate the fruit of knowledge of good and evil. It's a deception. Those are the writing of the Jesuit Catholic. They fool you with fake scriptures, and all of you believe that. I wonder those pastors who've been in the ministry for years, they have even no clue that the Catholic, they fool you in the Bible. So you know the story that Satan has deceived via Eve. He used the serpent's body in order to access the Garden of Eden. So the fruit of knowledge of good and evil is actually sexual acts. So if you think like both of them, they have ate apple, you are kidding yourself. That is symbol that represent sexual immorality. So they have committed fornication, both of them, with the devil. In the book of the Apocalypse of Moses 2, and after this, Adam and Eve were with one another, and while they were sleeping, Eve said to Adam, Adamuya, her Lord, my Lord Adam, behold, I have seen in a dream this night the blood of my son Abel being poured into the mouth of Cain, his brother, and he went on drinking it without pity, but he begged him to leave him a little of it. Yes, he hardened. So the Most High has revealed to Eve, Cain will kill his brother. This is to show you that the Most High knows the things will take place. The Most High knew the past, knows the present, and knows the future. The Most High knows your past, knows your present, and knows also your future. Believe or not, the Most High knows who are going to make paradise. You don't know this information. Satan himself does not even know. He can look on your face, but he does not know if you're going to make it or not. But he will try to deceive you so you won't make it. Tatanzambe has revealed to them what's going to happen, because this son of Lucifer will kill his half-brother, the son of Adam. And they both went and found Abel murdered. So what happened? When they had this dream, the Most High has revealed them. Both of them, they were sleeping. When they woke up, they quickly go to find them in the field, because one was a shepherd. So both of them, they have offered to the Most High a sacrifice. One offered with a good heart, which is Abel. But Cain did not offer his offering to the Most High in a good heart. That's why the Most High have rejected that. So because of that, that was the beginning of the problem. He hates his brother. So after this, Adam and Eve were with one another and where they were sleeping. So they woke up, and what happened? They went to look for Cain. So in his sleep, he said, I have seen a dream this night, the blood of my son Abel being poured into the mouth of Cain, his brother. You see, when he woke up, first, this is what he said. The Most High has revealed me, Cain has killed his brother. And he went on drinking it, drink the blood of his brother without pity. But he begged him to leave him a little bit. Yet he hearkened not to him, but gulped down the wall. Nor did he stay in his stomach, but came out of his mouth. So in a dream, Eve, when he got his dream, that Cain was drinking the blood of his brother Abel, but the blood came out of his mouth. He could not swallow that. And Adam said to Eve, let us arise and go. Let's go find them and see what's happening between them. I fear that the adversary may are selling them somewhere. So Adam is saying that he's scared his son Cain, because Satan can conquer, can enter his heart, the heart of Cain, and to kill his brother. The Apocalypse of Moses 3, and they both went and found Abel murdered by the hands of Cain his brother, and Tatanzambe said to Micaiah, this is not in the Bible. Now the Most High spoken to the archangel Micaiah Kongo, the same archangel that he used to speak to Masa in the Mount of Sinai. The Most High spoken to Micaiah Kongo, the archangel, say to Adam, reveal not the secret that have known to Cain thy son, for he is a son of the wrath. You see that? He said, that son of the devil is a curse. Is a curse. You see, he is a son of perdition. But grieve not, I will give thee another son. He said, he shall show to thee all that shall do. Though do I tell him nothing, that spoke to archangel to Adam, but he kept the word in his heart. And with him also Eve, through the grief concerning Abel the son. It means that the archangel revealed, brought the message from the Most High to him that I will give you another son. He kept that in his heart. Apocalypse of Moses 4. And after this, Adam knew Eve, his wife. She conceived and bare Seth. The Bantus came from the lineage of Seth. We all came from the lineage of Seth, if you do not know. And Adam said to Eve, see, we have begotten son in place of Abel, who Cain slew. Let us give glory and sacrifice to Tatanzambe. You see, when something good happened to them, what do? They give glory to the Most High. The Most High expects you to give glory to him when something good happened to you. Those are the things that the Bantu don't do. You only waiting for your bank account to be, full of money before you go on the knees, thank the Most High. You got to thank the Most High every single day. The fact that you are eating, you are drinking, you are walking by you don't need any help to walk. You're walking by your own. It is a reason to thank the Creator because he is the one that giving you the ability to walk. And Adam begot 30 sons and 30 daughters. I highlighted in red just to show you how the Catholic, they've been playing with the words. 30 sons and 30 daughters. So Adam and Eve, they have 6 children. Do you believe that? The Bible has been corrupted. The New Testament is corrupt more than 30%, maybe 50%. Half of the scriptures in the New Testament are not from the Most High. The Old Testament as well, corrupted more than 10%, maybe 20% or more. I don't know. You find scriptures from the Most High, or you also going to come across scriptures came from the devil. The Apocrypha has been corrupted as well. If you think like the Apocrypha's books are not corrupted, you are kidding yourself. Satan has the knowledge of good and evil. He won't give you only good things. He give you a little bit of good and he bombard you with lies. This is what he does. Even the Apocrypha's book are also corrupted because 30 sons and 30 daughters give you what? 60. 6, it is a Masonic numbers. So Adam and Eve, they did not have 60 children. That's a lie. Let's continue. And Adam lived 930 years. He fell sick and cried with a loud voice and said, let all my sons come to me. I may see them before I die. And all assembled it. For the earth was divided in 3 parts. And they said, and his son said to him, Father Adam, what is thy complaint? He lives 930 years. Before he passed away, he called all his children. Today we see there's no man live above 120. Can you tell me if you know any single person that you know is more than 120 years old? No, because since the time of Noah, because of the abomination of man, the Most High reduced that to 120. There's no man can live past 120 years old. Can Lucifer make somebody live longer? Of course not. He does not have that power. Like I mentioned in my previous video, those who fear the devil, they fear the children of the devil, they fear all these, people, evil people are doing. They should instead focus on the Masa Tatanzambe. because he is more powerful than the one who is in the world. The Apocalypse of Moses 5-6. And said, my children, I'm crushed by the burden of trouble. They said to him, what is trouble? And Seth answered and said to him, as thou called mine father, the fruit of paradise, which thou use it, has been grieved in yearning for it? If this be so, tell me, I'll go and bring thee fruits from paradise. So what he's asking is saying that, are you perishing because you're not eating the fruit, the thing that you've been eating in the Garden of Eden? If not, tell me, I will try to go find it so you can recover. Let's continue. For I will set dung upon my head, and I will weep and pray that the Lord Tatanzambe will hearken to me and send his angel to bring me a plant from paradise. You see, to bring me a plant from paradise. So the plant he's talking about is not talking about the plant from paradise. You know, he's talking about the plant or the plant from the Garden of Eden. It's mean that in the Garden of Eden, their plants can remove disease, sickness. He said that he prayed to the Masa to send his angel to bring him one leaf or leaves from the Garden of Eden, because they had been kicked out when they committed fornication, both of them. And I will bring in thee that their trouble may cease from thee. Let's continue. The Apocalypse of Moses or Masa number 7. And Adam said to him, when Tatanzame made us, me and your mother, through whom also I die, he gave us power to eat of every tree which is in the paradise. So this paradise that they're talking about here, it is the Garden of the Eden. But concerning that one only, he charges us not to eat of it, and through this one we are to die. You see, this is the writing of the Catholic. He's talking about the fruit that the Masa had prohibited them to eat, the fruit of good, the knowledge of good and evil. It has nothing to do with the fruit. The Masa has commanded them, told them, you see, Lucifer is outside of the Garden of Eden. He will come here, try to sleep with both of you, to commit sexual immorality. When it comes, resist. Don't fall. Why? Because the Masa Tatanzambe has given you the knowledge of good and evil. You have the free will. You see, now I'm talking about right now. Now I'm not talking about the other time. At that time, they did not have no knowledge of evil. They only knew good things. This is the same thing. You have the choice to choose Tatanzambe by keeping his laws, the commandments, and the statutes and the ordinances, to fear the Masa, to live in a righteousness, live in a holiness, to love Tatanzambe, to trust to the Masa, to have faith in him. These are the things how you will inherit the kingdom of Tatanzambe. It has nothing to do with any other things. The salvation is nothing to do with faith or religion or Bantu spirituality. Salvation has to do with the commandments. So the Masa has commanded them. He said that you keep my commandments. So Tatanzambe has revealed the commandments since Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, to keep the Sabbath day, for example. He charges us not to eat of it, and through his one we are to die. And the hour drew nigh for the angels who were guarding your mother to go up and worship Tatanzambe, and I was far from her. You see? So the Masa had the angels, they were protecting them, because Lucifer was already here on earth. So what happened that on the Sabbath day, the angel returned to worship the Masa to heaven. Remember, I made a video. I told you which day Adam and Eve fall in fornication was on the Sabbath day, which was worse, because Adam and Eve, they were keeping the Sabbath day. So the angel that were guarding them returned to heaven to worship the Masa. I was far from her. At that time, the Masa separated them. He said, Adam, you're gonna stay in the west, Eve in east. I'll purify the body of the woman. They have been together for 7 years. They never touch each other. So he said, after 7 years, now you can become officially husband and wife, but I have to purify the body of the woman first, Adam, then I'll bring you all together. So he ended up on the Sabbath day, when the angel of the Masa returned to heaven to worship Tatanzambe, then Lucifer came in. I was far from her, and the enemy knew that. So Lucifer knew that. He knew that the angel lives on the Sabbath day. The Sabbath day, Friday night, the angel will be gone. Because the angel, all the angels of the Most High, they worship the Father, especially on the Sabbath day. So the Most High has created the world like this. In heaven, all angels, they shall worship him all together. And here on earth, we shall also worship the Most High all together on the day of the Sabbath. And the enemy knew that she was alone. You see, Eve was alone. Because if Eve was with Adam, Satan could have fell. So Satan understood weakness of a woman. What is the weakness of the woman? Is speech. Satan came with a soft speech. He did not come with a rough speech. And also the appearance. So the woman was pleased, heard from Satan. In looking Satan face to face, his face also was like shining. So he said that I was far from her, and the enemy knew that she was alone and gave to her, and she ate of the tree of which she had been told not to eat. Then she gave also to me to eat. You see what Adam did? When Satan deceived Eve in fornication, they fall in a sexual immorality. Satan disappeared, run quick to Adam. Satan transformed to a woman now. He became Lilith. He was a man when he appeared to Eve, but when he appeared to Adam, Satan became a lady. This is why Satan is inside male and female. A lot of people don't know the meaning of the name Lucifer. Lucifer has two names on it. Lucy means female, fair, male. He deceived both male and female. This is the meaning of his name. He transformed to a young, beautiful lady. He deceived Adam as well. I'll show you what did the devil told them in order to be deceived. The Apocalypse of Moses 8 now. And Tatanzambe was wrath with us. And the Lord Tatanzambe came into paradise and called me in a terrible voice. And he said, Adam, where art thou? Why hide thyself from my face? So the Moses came to paradise. The paradise here that Adam is mentioning, it is the Garden of Eden. So Tatanzambe spoken to them in the Garden of Eden, but they did not see the Moses face to face, but they hear his voice. Shall the house be able to hide itself, its builder? And he said to me, see, that has abandoned my covenant. You see, the Moses has made a covenant with Adam as well and Eve. What is the covenant? To keep the commandments. The commandments has been revealed since Adam and Eve, to keep the feast, to keep the Sabbath day. So a lot of people, they misunderstood. They felt like the commandment was only revealed to Masa. The Moses has revealed the commandment to Adam, because these laws of the Mosai, it is the same laws that the angels keeps above. The angels also, they celebrate the feast of the Mosai. The angels in the heaven, they keep the Sabbath day like we do here on earth. So Adam has abandoned one of the commandments. He said that you should not commit sexual immorality. It is the law of the holiness, law of holiness. The Catholic, they have removed them from the Bible. One of the important laws. So Adam and Eve, they have abandoned the commandment of Tatanzambe. I have brought upon thy body 72 strokes. The trouble of the first stroke is a pain of the eyes, the second stroke an affection of the hearing, and likewise in turn all the strokes shall fall thee. When they fall in sin, this is how the body transforms. Now they can die. The Most High, when he created Adam and Eve, it was to live forever. The Most High did not create them to live on earth for some times and to die later. He created them to live forever. In account of this sin of fornication, they have broken the commandments. They have abandoned the covenant they have made with the Most High. You see, it was a covenant that the Most High has made with the people that he created by his own image and likeness. So when he created them, he said, I'm revealing to you myself. It is a commandment. The covenant, this covenant, you shall keep them, and I'll be your father. You'll be my children forever. Satan came and deceived them. This is why Adam began to feel the pain before he passed away, because the body transformed. The body can get old. They could have been young forever. As he said this to his sons, Adam groaned sore and said, what shall I do? I'm in a great distress. Let's continue. The Apocalypse of Moses 9. And Eve wept and said, my Lord Adam, rise up and give me half of thy trouble. I will endure it. So Eve recognized the reason that Adam is suffering in account of her disobedience, because Eve was the first one that Satan deceived. And one thing that Satan told Adam, because Adam, he also experienced the same kind of temptation, but the devil had even mentioned something to Adam to captivate his mind. He said, by the way, I just did that with Eve. Eve became a superpower, became like the Most High. You better do that quickly, because she will overthrow you, or she will lead you. Do you understand? Because the Most High created both of them. Man should lead the wife. You see, man should be the head of the wife. So when Satan appeared to Adam, he said, Eve became the Most High, like the Most High. He will rule over you. He will rule you. You better do that quickly before it's too late. Fall in fornication. If you are Bantus, you are Bena Congo, you are hearing me. Satan is speaking through people today as well. The difference between Adam and Eve, he appeared to them physically. But today Satan speaks through television, through YouTube. Some people that you watch on YouTube, actually Satan speaks through them. Some of them they don't know. Some may know. You see, faith comes by hearing. You hear this fellow, and you begin to believe. Salvation has to do with the commandments. Adam and Eve, they have broken the commandments. The commandments of the Most High has been revealed to them since day one. Let no man deceive you. You want to perish in hell? It should be your own desire. But it will be a terrible mistake if you find yourself in hell because of the misleading teaching of a certain person. I'm not talking about preaching about somebody, but I'm warning people. You'll be deceived. Many people, they speak through the spirits of Lucifer today. More people speak through the spirits of Lucifer. Only few people speak through the spirits of the Most High. But the funny thing, you see that everybody say that they speak through the spirits of the Most High. This is how Satan deceived them. Let's continue. So Eve wept and asked Adam if he could take some of his pain to endure it, because she recognized she's responsible for that. The reason that they have been cursed, because she falls first. For it is on my account that has happened to thee. See, he said, it's because of me why you are suffering now. On my account that I bear with toils and troubles. But Adam said to Eve, arise and go with my son Seth near the paradise, near the Garden of Eden. Put earth upon of your heads and weep and pray to Tatanzambe to have mercy upon me and send his angels to paradise and give me the tree out of which they all flowed. There is a tree in the Garden of Eden, flow oil. You are feeling pain, you put it, pain disappear. So asking Eve, go close to the Garden of Eden, both of you, Eve and Seth, and pray to the Masa Tatanzambe to send his angel so he can bring me that leaves that flow oil and bring it to me. I shall anoint myself and shall have rest for my complaint. Let's continue the apocalypse of Moses 10. Then Seth and Eve went towards paradise, which is the Garden of Eden, and Eve saw her son, a wild beast, assailing him. And Eve wept and said, woe is me, if I come to the day of the resurrection. Let's read this carefully. If I come to the day of the resurrection, all those who have sinned will curse me. Do you know what she revealed? The day of the judgment, billions of Bantu will go to hell. They will curse Eve on that day. Billions, I'm telling you. They'll say, we are going to hell in account of your mistake. You have broke the commandment. You have revealed sin in the world. That's why we are here. He said people curse her, saying Eve has not kept the commandments of Tatanzambe. Eve did not keep the Moses commandments. And she spoke to the beast, the wicked beast, fear thou not the fight with the image of Tatanzambe. How was thy mouth open? The beast, they transform. The moment that both of them sin, the impact also went to the animals of the forest. There were no wild animals, they became wild. You see? How were thy teeth made strong? How did thou not call to mind thy subjection? For long ago, who that made subject to the image of the Masa Tatanzambe, then the beast cried out and said, he made the beast now, they became wild. It is not unconcerned, Eve, thy greed and thy willing, but thy own, for it is from thee the rule of the beast has arisen. You see, it's because of your sins. That's why the animals of the forest, they have changed and transformed. How was thy mouth open to eat of the tree concerning which Tatanzambe prohibited not to eat of it? You see, this is Seth is asking his mom, how in the world you have received the commandment of the Most High? He even show you Lucifer is outside of the Garden of Eden. He will access this place and will deceive you. You still fall? On this account, our nature also has been transformed. Everything has been transformed. Now therefore, thou canst not endure it if I begin to reprove thee. Everything has transformed. The wild beasts, they were friendly to men. They're not friendly to men any longer. Because when the Moses cursed the ground, and everything that walked on the surface of the earth were cursed automatically. Even the birds in the air, they also were cursed. You see, everything had been affected in the count of that. 12. Then Seth spoken to the beast, close to thy mouth, and be silent and stand up from the image of the Tatanzambe until the day of judgment. Then said, the beast to Seth, behold, I stand off from the image of Tatanzambe, and he went to his lair. Basically, the Most High created man to dominate, to have dominion over every single creature. You go to the river, you see crocodile, you make yourself a mistake, the crocodile will eat you because man has no more dominion over them. This is what happened. You go to the ocean, you see a shark, you try to get closer to the shark, he will eat you because you have no more dominion. You see, you go to the forest, you meet lion face to face, he can devour you because man lost dominion over the animals. He lost his respect, lost power. Dominion means power. Man has power over all the creatures of Tatanzambe and the surface of the earth. The moment they broke the commandments, they fall in sin of fornication. That power left them. And Seth went with Eve and near paradise, the Garden of Eden, and they wept there, both of them. They wept and prayed to Tatanzambe to send his angel and give them the oil of mercy. You see, let me show something here. Since they had been kicked out of the Garden of Eden, no man ever entered. But I tell you who's going to be back into that place. The Bantus, who the Masa will take them to the wilderness. You take them to the paradise, which is the Garden of Eden. He kicked them out. Why? Because they broke the covenant. So people who return to the covenant, they will return to fear the Most High, live in righteousness, keeping his commandment, love him. You bring them back to this place called paradise on earth. The Garden of Eden, it is like paradise on earth. You see, no man ever been there. Does Lucifer been there since he been kicked out? Never. Tell me if you know a nation or a technology or a country has a technology, they discover the place of the Garden of Eden. They search, they can't find. Because simply the door that the Most High closed, no man can open it. Not even Lucifer and his fallen angels. When Tatanzambe closed the door, it's over. When he opened, no man can access. So in the latter days, when the Most High will bring Isolele back to the motherland, they elect those who receive the seal of Tatanzambe. They will be brought where? In the Garden of Eden. The Apocalypse of Moses 13, and Tatanzambe sent an archangel Makaya Kogo. He spoken to Seth. The Most High sent the archangel Makaya Kogo, and the archangel spoken to Seth. You see that the Most High hear prayer? The Most High sent an angel. Why? Because they prayed. Prayer, it is a conversation. Today we see so many people excited to be Bantus, they're excited to be Hebrew Israel, but they do not pray. They pray 2 minutes, 3 minutes, that's it. They don't fast, they don't seek the Most High in prayer accordingly. If you seek, you found. You ask, you receive. You knock, the door will be open to you. If you do not seek the Most High in prayer, you can't find him. Impossible. If you do not draw yourself near to him, he won't draw himself near to you. It won't happen. Don't think because you are Bantus, you are African American, you are automatically saved. It's a deception. Salvation are for those who will be back to the commandments, the covenants that the Most High has made with Adam and Eve. He reinforced that covenant again when he met Masa. When you return to the covenant, he will be your father again. But you gotta return 100%. You can return to the covenant 60% or 70%. You surrendered yourself to the Most High. You dedicate your body as a living sacrifice. You wanna know if you're going to be saved? Control the feeling or the desire of your body. If you can't control the feeling or the desire of your body, you won't be saved. Easy test. Fear the Most High has to do with living in holiness. There won't be no man on earth who does not live in holiness who will see the Most High. It won't happen. It is a specific numbers of people who dedicate their body as a living sacrifice to Tatanzami to please him, to keep his laws, his commandment, his statutes, to live in righteousness, live in holiness, to have faith and believe in the Most High. Because if you do not believe in the Most High, you do not have faith, you don't believe that Tatanzame can deliver you, he won't deliver you either. So this is salvation. I'm teaching salvation. True salvation has nothing to do with any other things. I already mentioned that in my previous video. I'm mentioning that again. You are hearing Makaya Nzambe is teaching salvation. I'm not teaching you, showing you secrets, how to be prosperous, how to be rich, or to make a lot of money. No. I don't know how to get you in Dubai. I never been there. I don't know how to get you to LA, but I know how to get you to paradise, to the kingdom of the Most High. I know the formula. It is through the strict fearing of the Most High Tatanzambe by keeping his laws, his commandments, his statutes, his ordinances, his decrees. Living in righteousness, living in holiness. Love the Most High with all your heart, your mind, your soul, and your strength. You love Tatanzambe. Number one in your life, the Most High should be your first love, not your parents, not your children, not your spouse. You love the Most High, number one. If you love your children more than the Most High, prepare for hell. Or you love your wedding, marriage, whatever, hell will be there waiting for you. The kingdom of Tatanzambe are for those who love Tatanzambe and 100% and more. Do you know that those who love the Most High and 99% they'll go to hell? Do you know that? You love Tatanzambe and 99%, you go to hell anyway. You fear the Most High and 99%, you go to hell anyway. It does not matter. Because Nzambe, it is a father of perfection. You come to him, you surrender yourself 100%. You see? People want to hear the message that pleases the ears. Everybody want to hear everything that pleases the ears. But they are scared to hear the truth. Because the teaching of Nabi Makaya is like a knife. If you do not know, this is how Isaiah also was talking when he came on earth. He was so strict. I don't compromise with sinners. You join my teaching, you are up and down, I'll kick you out. You want to follow Satan, follow Satan. But I'm following the Most High. And I'm looking for those who can love the Most High 100%, who fear him, live in righteousness, live in holiness. Those who said to Tatanzame, you are my first love. And I will love him no matter what happens. I'll love him when my life, things are going well. And I also love you even if things are not going well. I'll praise your name, glorify your name. I'm never going to cease to say thank you, Tatanzam. Those are the people that will get to the finish line. Many are called, but few are chosen. So many people are called, but only few will make to the end. The Bible says it's going to be like in the time of Noah. People will be eating, drinking, marrying, giving their daughter to the marriage. But the day the flood came, they had no clue. The day of the destruction, also many will have no clue. So the Most High sent Makaya, Congo, and spoke to Seth, worry not thyself for prayers and entreaties concerning the tree which flow with all to anoint thy father Adam. You know, Makaya Congo was speaking to Seth. He said, do not be concerned, don't worry about the tree which flow with oil to anoint thy father, for he shall not be thy now. You see that? This tree that Adam want to have the oil is not for you. It is for the end of the times. It is for a group of people who are going to live in the end of the world. A group of men and women and children who fear the Most High. They keep the laws faithfully, the commandments, the statutes, they love Tatanzambe. They live in righteousness, live in holiness. It belongs to them. You see a revelation? It means that this group of people, they will probably going to enter the Garden of Eden. He said that it is not for you now, it is for those who live in the end of the times. A generation, the last generation. You have been deceived. The teaching of the Hebrew Israelites deceived many. They say that we are the fourth generation. Because why? The Bantu, they have been scattered around 1600. So we are the fourth generation. You have been deceived. We are not the fourth generation. We are the seventh generation. The Bantu people, they rebelled against the Moses before 1600. They were not even keeping the commandments. Way before that. You see? They were not keeping the commandments. Even during the time of Isaiah. They have been rebelled long time ago. So don't let Satan to fool you around telling you, oh, we are the fourth generation. You see, we are the last generation. This is the generation that the Archangel Archangel Micaiah Kongo revealed to Seth. It is for those who live in the end times. There will be a group of people, they will fear the Messiah. They will live in righteousness, live in holiness. They will love Tatanzam. They will keep his commandment and they will fear him. You have broken the commandments. Your father has broken the commandments. So it is not for him. Shall all flesh be raised up from Adam? See that great day. All that shall be on the holy people. Then shall be delight of paradise be given to them, and Tatanzambe shall be in the midst. Now, the angel is revealing in the latter days, in the last generation, the end of the world will come. This group of people, they will be the children of the Messiah. The Messiah will be with them, and they will enjoy paradise. They shall no longer sin before his face. We forget sin. You are even going to remember what is sin. You have no clue. For the evil heart shall be taken away from them. They shall be given them a heart that understand, or understanding heart of good, and to serve Tatanzambe alone. The Messiah will give us a heart of understanding his scripture. Only him that we shall serve forever. But do not go to thy father, for the term of his life has been fulfilled. He will give 3 days from the day and will die. When he saw departing, that shall behold be of full sin of his passing. Is revealing when your father will pass away, his soul will leave his body. The Apocalypse of Moses 14 that spoke to the angel and departed from them, and Satan Eve, Eviah, came to shout where Adam was laid, and Adam said to Eve, Eve, what hast thou wrought in us? What's wrong with us? He asked Eve. That has brought upon of us great wrath, which is death. It means that the sins of transgression brought death upon of us. It means death is not a pleasant thing. He said to Eve, what's wrong with us? Why in the world did we got to break the commandment of the Messiah? Lording it over all our race. In account of their both sins, the humanity will pay the price. All the Bantu people will pay the price. Because in account of them sin, come into the world. And he said to her, call our own children and our children's children and tell them to the manner of our transgression. He said, call the entire family. We're going to tell them what we have done, the disgrace that we have brought. Then say Eve to them, hear all my children and children's children, and I will relate to you how the enemy deceived us. So they called the family, both of them, to tell the story. How Satan deceived them while they were in the Garden of Eden. It befell that we were guarding paradise. Each of us, the portion separated us from Satan Zambe. Now I guarded my lot, the west and the south. But the devil went to Adam's lot, where the male creatures were. For Satan Zambe divided the creatures, and all males he gave to your father, and all the females he gave to me. So the Masa divided all the animals of the beast. He said that you, Adam, you be the ruling of all men. You, Eve, you rule the animals, the creatures who are females. This is how he divided us. He divided them. He gave them tasks. You see, because they had dominion. He said, Adam, you're going to rule or command all the males creatures. Eve, you do for the females creatures. And the devil spoke to the serpent, saying, rise up, come to me, and I will tell thee a word whereof thou might have profit. And he rose and came to him, and the devil said to him, the devil now went to speak to the serpent. He tried to use all the animals of the field. All of them declined. But he came to the serpent. I hear that wiser. I hear that you, serpent, you are the wisest. You see how Satan deceived it? He's not the wisest animal of the field. That's a lie. So he tells serpent, I hear that you are the wiser of all of them. You are wise than lion. You are wise than elephant. You are wise than all the animals of the field. They're all the beasts. And I have come to counsel thee. I have something important for you. Where thou eat of Adam's tares and not for paradise, rise up and we will cause him to be cast out of paradise. Even remember what I did in my video. I mentioned that basically the serpent was eating leaves, and the serpent has legs. So Satan came to tell serpent that all the animals of the field, they eat meat. And Adam knows that he hide the information from you. You are the only one that the Masa left. If I don't do nothing, you'll be eating leaves for the rest of your life. Your children will be eating leaves for the rest of their lives. And on and on. And he mentioned something that captivated the serpent mind. He said that you never gonna know how good it is, the meat. I feel so bad for you, serpent. You have no idea what you're missing. You know, when he said that, the serpent cannot wake up from his sleep. You see how Satan deceived the serpent? You see, he deceived the serpent how? In a speech. How did Satan deceive Eve? Speech. This must be a lesson learned from the Bantus people. Be careful who you hear. Like I mentioned, faith comes by hearing. You are following a guy, you are following somebody, you don't pay attention, and the teaching that you are hearing, you will end up believing that. We gotta be careful who are we following, what we are hearing. This is how the serpent deceived all of them. This is how Satan deceived all of them. Deceive the serpent first, deceive Eve, and deceive Adam in speech. As we were cast out through him, the serpent said to him, I fear the Lord be rough with me. The serpent said to Lucifer, I'm scared of the wrath, the punishment of Satan Zambi if I break his law. The devil so to say to him, fear not, only be my vessel. I will speak through thy mouth words to deceive him. You see, he said, let me use your body. You serpent, you won't speak. I'm the one going to speak, but in your mouth. Because Adam and Eve, they know this secret. You have been, it's like a conspiration against you. Even the spider, the insect, they eat meat. You are the only one that will eat live forever. It is injustice. It's like he said that in a such of way, the serpent also fall in the same dish. He said that, let me use your body and I will speak to them myself. This is how he entered. You see, he entered the Garden of Eden. You see, Satan used his body, but Satan, when he came close to Evaya, it transformed now. He became a man. You see that? He used the body of the serpent as a vessel to come and speak to them. He said, you won't say nothing. I'll be the one that will speak from your mouth. You won't say no word. Let's continue. The Apocalypse of Moses 17. And instantly he hung himself from the wall and paradise. And when the angel ascended to worship the Most High Tatanzame, then Satan appeared in the form of an angel. You see that? You see the biggest deception. It means that when the angel of the Most High on the Sabbath day, you know, the early morning and Sabbath day, because the angel of the Most High, they leave late night on Friday to go back to heaven to worship Tatanzame on the day of the Sabbath. In that day, the same day, Satan, when he appeared, he came like an angel. You see? He came like an angel singing praise. Even the serpent thought like Satan was an angel from the Most High. You see? Because he was singing praise to the Most High. He did not come. The serpent did not know that he was Satan. He found out later on. Because when he came, he appeared in the form of an angel. He was singing praise to the Most High Tatanzambi. And I bent over the wall and saw him like an angel. But he said to me, now this part he went to Eve. When he entered the serpent body, he accessed the Garden of Eden. Now, as he was approaching Eve, he also became like an angel. Because if Satan was crawling on the ground like a serpent, Eve would have ignored. Do you understand? While he was coming closer to Eve, he did not come like a serpent. He became like an angel, a lightning angel. Only when he came close, then he realized that he was in a different form. So while he was coming closer, Eve thought like he was an angel from heaven. Do you understand? You see how everything was calculated? So Satan knew very well that if I enter this serpent and I'm going to Eve into the Garden of Eden and transform first as an angel of light while he was approaching Eve. But he said to me, are the Eve? And I say yes. To him, I'm. What are they doing in paradise? I say to him, Tatanzambe said us to go out and to eat for it. He said, what? Are you Eve? Do you understand the question that he asked him? It's like somebody that did not know who is Eve. He said, are you Eve? What are you doing here in the Garden of Eden? It's like, it sounds like another angel that the Most High have sent that did not know Eve. You see how Satan deceived her? So he came like a very new angel from heaven, because other angels, they knew who is Eve and Adam. because they were with them in the Garden of Eden. So this particular angel, when he approached, he says, are you Eve? What are you doing here in the Garden of Eden? So in Eve's mind, it's like another angel of the Most High also came to talk to me. Then he said, no, I'm here because the Most High has put us here in the Garden of Eden to make sure we keep his law, the commandment. Also, we take care of the garden. Then the devil answered through the mouth of serpent. So now it transformed. You see that? It has a different appearance. Now it became like a serpent, but has the body of a man, like this. So the lightning disappeared. So now Eve now knew that he was speaking to Lucifer. You understand the story? This is how the devil deceived both of them. You know, he deceived them in a spectacular way. What Eve actually went through, they have no idea. Satan deceived the serpent first, and Satan went to the woman and deceived the woman, and Satan went to Adam and deceived Adam, and all the three, the snake or the serpent, the woman, and Adam, it was in a spectacular way. The Apocalypse of Moses 18. Then the serpent said to me, Metatanza believe. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. The devil said to Eve, Metatanza. He's actually glorifying the Most High. Can you imagine that? He did not come straight away, begin to speak to her. Oh, can you do that? No, he glorified the Most High. So it was a deep deception. The serpent said to me, Metatanza believe, but I'm grieved on your account, for I will not have you ignorant. But arise, come hither, hearken to me, and eat, and mind the value of that tree. But I said to him, I fear Tatanzambe punishment with me, as he told me. He told us not to fall in the sin. So the devil spoke to the woman. He said that if you fall in the sexual immorality with me, you'll be equal to the Most High. I fear that the Most High did not disclose this secret to you. So actually, I came to do you a favor, to open your eyes. You do this thing with me, you are equal. This is something that the Most High has kept from you. This is what he said. You see, you should be even thankful to me that I came to reveal it to you. And he said that I fear the Most High punishment. Because Tatan Zambe told them, you fall in this sin, you'll be punished. You'll be evicted from the Garden of Eden. He warned them in advance. And I will disconnect from you. But Satan make it sound like Eve needed to do these things in order to gain power, to be equal as Tatan Zambe. So he told us not to fall in this sin. So he even mentioned to Lucifer, the Most High said, do not fall in this sin. Then he said to me, and Lucifer said, fear not, don't be afraid. For as soon as you eat this, you shall be like Tatan Zambe, equal. As soon as that you fall in fornication with me, you will be equal to him. Don't be afraid. You shall know the good and the evil. You shall have more knowledge. You shall have power. You see? But Tatan Zambe perceive this, they will be like him. He envy you and say, you shall not eat of it. Look at what he said. He said that Tatan Zambe won't disclose this secret to you because he will envy you. You'll be equal to him. He can't let you get to his level. This is what he said to the woman. Nay, do you give heed? the plant, and thou wilt see its great glory. You have glory like him. Yet I feared to take out of the fruit. And he said to me, come hither, and I will give it thee. Follow me. So the woman has hearkened to the voice of the devil. And I opened to him, and he walked. Look at that. I opened to him, and he walked a little way. Then he turned and said to me, I have changed my mind. You see, Satan has deceived Eve in a spectacular way. I don't know if people understand what I'm reading. So after convincing the woman accepted to fall in sexual immorality. The woman will begin to get ready, and Satan changed his mind. You see that? He said, oh no, I changed my mind. I need something else. I need something else. Before we do it, you gotta swear. Look at that. I've changed my mind, and I'm not gonna give thee to eat until you swear to me to give also to thy husband. You're going to swear. If you meet Adam, you swear. You meet Adam, you tell him what we have done is for the good. It's meant that you have to be, Adam also has to be faithful to my word. You see, it deceived her in a spectacular way. You know why? Because Adam, by the way, was far away, was in the west. So the biggest lie here was that he made believe to the woman, okay, I will do it to you, with you, that you will go tell your husband. You convince your husband yourself. That was the biggest lies. You see, the plan of the devil was to deceive her, and the devil ran to Adam. The devil has a supernatural way to get to Adam's place before even Eve get there, because they separated. They were far away from one another. One was in the Garden of Eden in the west side, another was in the east side. She could not get to Adam maybe in 30 minutes, maybe could be maybe hours. You see, this strategy was to make her comfortable, that don't worry, you're not going to do that yourself, your husband as well, both of you. You see, he changed his mind, and I'm not going to give thee to eat until thou swear to me to give also thy husband Adam to me. What sort of oath shall I swear to thee? Now ask Satan, what kind of oath should I swear? Yet would I know, I say to thee, by the throne of the Masa and the cherubim and the tree of life, I will give also my husband to eat thee. Did you see what he did? Lucifer made Eve to swear. In the name of Tatanzambe, I decided myself to fall in the sin of fornication, and also I'll deliver my husband Adam to the will of the devil. And the cherubim, or the angels of heaven. She said that from her own lips. Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you see? This is something that people never heard that before. She swore, she did that. Swear to the Masa. Masa is Tatanzambe. And all the cherubim, tell in your own lips that I am doing these things. Tell the Masa I'm breaking thy law anyway. And not only I will break thy law, I also deliver my husband to break thy law again. This was Satan make her swear, and she did it. And when he had received the oath from me, I went and poured upon of the fruit the poison of the wickedness, which is lust. You see that? Which is what? Lust. You see? So Adam and Eve, they did not eat no fruit of good and knowledge. They lasted that. Sexual immorality. You see? The wickedness of which is lust. They slept, both of them, with the devil. The roots and the beginning of every sin. Sexual immorality up to today, it is the root of every sin. Every abomination things on the surface of the earth has to do with sexual immorality. If you do not know. Tata Nzambe told me 70%, 70 and up of every man that live on earth, they have died in account of sexual immorality. Either the Gentiles or the civilization that you know in the past. The Babylonians, the Canaanites, the Jebusites, the Hittites, the Amorites, they were all sexual perversion. They were all living in a sexual perversion. In Egypt, it was even worse. In Egypt was worse. Everything that you see today already happened in the past. You see, homosexuality was in Egypt, in all the civilizations. When the Bantu, they arrived in the kingdom of Congo, they met the Canaanites. Some of them, they were gay. These things is not new. It started a while ago because of the sexual immorality. This is how Satan entered. Do you know the meaning of letter S-E-X? S-E-X means six. It is a Latin word that everybody spoke about it. Sex. Sex means six. It is a Latin word. Has to do with Lucifer. This is the reason that if you can live in holiness, you can never be saved. It won't happen. You can be saved according to your own understanding, but the Most High can save you. What you do, what you see today, you see that the Most High has been awakening the Bantus across the globe to return to Him. Satan also came along, especially Hebrew Israelites in America. They are now advancing polygamy. You can have more, 2, 3, and 4 wives. It is okay. You see, nobody live in holiness. You see young people, they're having children, they never married. You see one person have 4 children, 4 different fathers, but he wear the clothes or fringes. They write the name of Yahweh. None of these things will save them. So sexual immorality is a big deal. If you cannot focus to Tata Nzambe and dedicate your body as a living sacrifice for Him, you'll be in hell. It's just a matter of time. So many Hebrew Israelites, they died, they went to hell. If you do not know, they've been calling Yahuwah, they see Satan appear to them. Salvation only who dedicate their body to the Most High as living sacrifice, to fear Him, to live in righteousness, holiness, love the Most High with all their hearts. Those are the people that will be saved. Let's continue. The Apocalypse of Moses 20. And in that very hour, my eyes were open. You see, when she fell in sin with Lucifer, something happened in her body. I'm talking about Eve. She sees her body transform and her eyes open. And forthwith, I knew that I was bare of the righteousness. Something left her. The spirit of Tata Nzambe left her. You fall in sexual immorality, the Most High Spirit will leave you and won't come back. Like I said, many people have done all kind of abomination in the past. You have, you have committed so many abortion in your past. So now you came, you met Nabi Makaya Nzambe, or you watch one of my videos. I speak about these things. The moment you come in this truth, if you remove again a child from your belly, you go to hell, even though you ask forgiveness. What happened to Cain? Cain killed his brother. Cain went to hell. Do you know that? Cain asked forgiveness to Tata Nzambe millions, but went to hell anyway. Because simply the Most High, one of his laws, if you can even read it in the 10th commandment, it said that you shall not kill. You kill somebody, he will inquire from you. Like inquire from Cain. Do you know that Cain died exactly like he killed his brother? He killed his brother. He hit him with the iron on the head. Cain also was killed the same way. And when Cain was killed, the Most High said he has answered. He has brought justice on account of Abel. Don't let Satan deceive you. You're going to fall in a sexual immorality and you go on the knees praying to Tatanzambe to forgive you. You are wasting your time. You know, this sin, it is responsible for bringing millions in hell. Billions. Since the Most High created the earth, do you know how many people died? More people died than more people are presently alive. So if we are 7 billion people, it means that there are probably more than 10 billion people. They died before us. You want me to shock you? In these 10 billion people, maybe there are not even 20 or 30 people saved. Can you imagine that? You see, people are getting deceived. We're talking about the Congo, the Bantu Guru Congo. A country has over 90 millions, 90 millions. There are not even 20 people, 20 are saved, are in this truth. They keep the commandment, they fear the Most High, they live in righteousness, they live in holiness. All of them are going to the same place called hell. So something happened to her. Her body has transformed. I knew that I was bare of the righteousness. So the righteousness, the spirit of the Most High left her, with which I had been clothed upon. I wept and said to him, what hast thou done? He cried. She cried to Tatanzambe. She regretted what she has done. She regretted what Lucifer has done to her. She regretted deeply what Lucifer has done to her. After doing this, Lucifer disappeared, gone for her. You see that? After falling in the sexual immorality, Lucifer disappeared, gone, went straight to Adam, transformed as a lady, called herself Lilith. He deceived Adam the same way that he deceived Eve. When you look in the statue of the Liberty, you're going to see the face of a man, the body of a woman, represent Lucifer. You see Baphomet also has male and female in the same place, Lucifer. You see, gay marriage, lesbian are all associated to Lucifer, because Lucifer has deceived male and female. Men become ladies. Ladies are becoming men. Then he said, our weapon said to him, why you do that? You do that to me, and that has deprived me of the glory. He's crying. He says, Satan, why do you do that to me? You take away the glory of the Most High in me, with which I was clothed. He had the glory of Tatanzame upon of them. The body could not feel heat nor cold. They don't get tired. You see, they don't feel cold, they don't feel hot, and they don't get tired. You see, the moment that she fall into this sin, something happened to her body. Now she begin to feel pain. She never knew what pain was before. They don't feel sick, they don't feel pain, they don't feel hot, they don't feel cold, because they had a body covered with the glory of Tatanzambe. But I wept also about the hope. He wept about the covenant she made with Lucifer. She publicly, loudly said that she was breaking the commandment of Tatanzambe, and she was delivering Adam to Lucifer. Now you understand the power of the word. Remember what I used to say. Death and life is in the tongue. So Lucifer knew exactly what Eve was doing. So the fact that Eve has said that loudly, there was a power, a shift of power, because word has power. This is why Adam accepted easily, because somebody has confirmed something loudly. Because death and life comes in the tongue of someone. Life and death is in the tongue. She wept for the oath that she made, because in account of that, what she said, that's why Adam, even though Adam was far away, because it is more spiritually, Adam also was affected. And secondly, they were like one person in a spirit, because man and woman, they are one person in spirit. Something was happening in the spiritual realms, affected the man as well. So she wept about it, which I had sworn, but he descended from the tree and vanished. You see, vanished. Satan ran away, disappeared, went to Adam, and I began to seek in my nakedness, my parts for leaves to hide my shame. But I found none, for as soon as I had eaten, as soon as I have sexual encounter with the devil, the leaves shower down from all the trees. See, the leaves shower down from all the trees. So even the trees, they were unhappy. All the leaves from the trees, they fall down on the ground, except the fig of the tree only. But I took leaves from it and made for myself a garden, and it was from the very same plant of which I had eaten. And let's continue. And I cried out that every hour, Adam and Adam, whether thou rise up and come to me. You see, now she was crying, calling Adam. She was going where Adam was. Adam was in the west. In crying, Adam, where are you? Adam, where are you? Come to me, please. Something happened to me. Meanwhile, where Adam was, Adam also already did that. Lucifer has gone, already finished doing that with Adam. Disappear as well. You see? I will show thee a great secret. But when your father came, I spoke to him words of transgression. So now he's telling Seth, when I met Adam, then I began to tell Adam what I have done, without even knowing they had a similar story. Adam also had a similar story to tell her, which had brought us down from our great glory. For when he came and opened my mouth, and the devil was speaking, and I began to exhort him and say, come hither, my Lord Adam, hearken to me, and eat of the fruit of the tree, which Satan Zambe told us not to eat, and that shall be as Satan Zambe is telling Adam. The devil told him that I'm going to be like the Masa. And your father answered and say, I fear that Satan Zambe will to come on me. You see, when he's telling Adam the story, the thing that he went through with the devil, Adam also had the similar, exactly the same thing, equal. The same thing that the devil tell her, same thing that the devil tell him as well. And I said to him, fear not, for as soon as thou hast eaten, thou shalt know good and evil. They have the knowledge of good and evil, and speedily I persuaded him, and he ate, and straightway his eyes were opened, and he too knew his nakedness. You see that? Same thing that Eve was telling Adam. Adam also went through the same exactly things. Both of them be deceived by the same person. And to me say, oh wicked woman, what have I done to thee that hath deprived me of the glory of the Tanzambi? So now Adam began to blame Eve. He said that because you have made that declaration in your lift, because you have said so, that's why I felt something like I had to accept. So he's putting the blame on the woman. Unfortunately, both of them, they were badly deceived. Let's continue. 22. And in that same hour, we heard the archangel Micaiah Congo blowing with the trumpet and calling to the angel and saying, "Thus said the Lord Tatanzambe, come with me to the paradise and hear the judgment with which I shall judge Adam." So the archangel Micaiah Congo called other angels, archangels or angels, because the Masa now he would judge men that he had made according to his image and likeness. Tatanzambe appeared in paradise, mounted a chariot of cherubim, with the angels proceeding before him and singing hymn of praise. And the plains of the paradise, both of your father's lands, and mine broke out into flowers. And the throne of Tatanzambe was fixed where the tree of life was. I don't believe this part here that the Moshe has come physically to talk to them. It's a lie. Like I said, no man can see Tatanzambe, especially they were a sinful person. To see the Moshe in your physical eye, you died. So the Moshe has spoken to me through the archangel Micaiah Congo. The Moshe did not speak to them face to face. The Moshe spoke to them exactly the way he spoken to Masa. Let's continue. 23. And Tatanzambe called Adam, saying, "Adam, where are thou? Can the house hidden from the presence of the bidders?" Then your father answered. This is Eve is telling Seth. When Tatanzambe called Adamuya, then Adam answered, "It is not because of we think not to be bound by thee, Lord, that we hide. But I was afraid because I'm naked, and I was ashamed because that my master Tatanzambe said to him, Who showed thee that are naked, unless thou hast forsaken my commandment which I have delivered thee to keep it?" So reading the scripture, you're going to see another deception of the Catholics, because the way the Mosai is saying, it look like he does not know. Who tell you, so you look like you did something, like, who tell you that you are naked? It look like, have you done something? It look, it sounds like the Mosai did not know that these people fall in sins. It is a deception. The Mosai knew that they would fall in sins anyway. Since the day when he created them, he knew that both these people, they fall in the traps, but he just gave them chances. He told them what's going to happen. He told them, both of you fall in sin of fornication, but I'm giving you a chance to resist, to change the destiny. If you do not know, Tatanzambe has the power to change a man's destiny, but Tatanzambe also gave you the will of choosing good. It means that he is the driver of man's destiny. I'm talking about the Bantus, but he drives according to where you are going. If you're going to take left, he's not going to stop you. If you go yourself, you want to jump out of the bridge, you think like, okay, nothing's going to happen to me, try. You see? It means that your will, Tatanzambe has given men free will. He given Adam free will and Eve. He tell them, Satan will come to deceive you, but decide not to listen. Do you understand? So they had to make a choice. So they decided to break the commandments. He said that you did not keep the commandments that I gave you to keep. Then Adam called to the mind the word which I spoken to him, saying, I will make thee secure before Tatanzambe. And he turned and said to me, why hast thou done this? I said, the serpent deceived me. Tatanzambe asked him, why did you do this? I prohibited you. He said that Lucifer deceived me. The serpent now, Lucifer, was in the body of the serpent that deceived me. Tatanzambe said to Adam, since thou hast discarded my commandments. You see that? disregarded my commandment. Since you have disregarded my commandment, he has given them a commandment to keep the Sabbath day. You see, he gave them the same commandment that we know today. And hearken to thy wife, curse is the earth in thy labors. Thou shalt walk in and shall not give it strength. This is why men suffer today. Since this day, the struggle of life began. The Most High did not created man to work in order to feed himself. He did not created you like that. If you think like they tell you, you have to go to school to earn yourself a degree to get a job, that's the way the Most High created earth, you have been deceived. The Most High created Bantus people not to work to feed themselves. You should be fed by him. This is the reason why the Bantus countries are rich in mineral. Because the Tanzania put mineral to feed people. Satan came, stole it from us. He said that you shall not give in strength, thorns and thistles shall spring up for thee. Shall spring up for thee, and in the sweet of the face thou shalt eat thy bread. You suffer now in order to eat, to feed your family. That shall be the manifold toils. That shall be crushed by bitterness. Sweetness shall not taste. You suffer. You sweat for money. Worry shall that be and shall not rest. By heat shall be thy tire. Now the body transforms. You feel hot. You feel cold. By cold shall that be strength. Abundantly shall that busy thyself. That shall not be rich. You see that? That shall not what? Be rich. I'll repeat again. That shall not be rich. If you know a rich person in the Congo kingdom or in the Congo's countries, he has something to do with the devil. It's hard to see a millionaire prosper naturally, because Tatanza may say that we can be rich as long as that you keep breaking the commandments. But you can be rich if you go back to keep the commandments. So if you know there is a wealthy person in your family or rich person in your family, ask yourself, does that person keep the commandment of the Most High? If the answer is no, it means that he touched something has to do with the devil. Every Bantu rich people, rich Bantu that walk on the surface of the earth, check them. There are only two things. If they keep the commandment, they will be prosper through the Most High. If they do not keep the commandment, it is the devil. There are only two ways. You're never gonna see somebody become rich naturally, but it does not keep the commandment. Because the Most High say you shall not gonna be rich any longer. It means that you are not going to prosper any longer. The only way you prosper if you go back to the covenant. Now the Most High is speaking to the further generation, not Adam. That shall not be rich, that shall grow fat, but come to no end. The beast of a womb that did rule shall rise up in rebellion against thee. That's why the animals, they became wild. You see, you go to the sea or the ocean, a shark attacking people because they became wild because of the rebellion, for thou hast not kept my commandments. The lips of Moses 25, and Tatan Zambe turned to me and said, see, thou hast hearkened to the serpent and turned a deaf ear to my commandment. That shall be a throes of travail in terrible agonies. That shall bear children much trembling. In 1 hour that shall come to birth and lose thy life. You see, now the Messiah is speaking to Eve. He say, you suffer in your pregnancy. There is no lady, Bantu lady, ever suffer when she's giving birth. Not even single one. All Bantu people suffer in giving birth because of this curse. He said, lose thy life from the sore trouble and anguish, but thou shalt confess and say, Tatan Zambi, save me, and I will turn no more to the sin of the flesh. And on this account, from thy own words, I will judge thee by reason of the enmity which the enemy has planted in thee. So the Most High said that the Bantus, they will turn to him, they will cry for help. He puts enmity between the seed of the devil and the seed of Adam. This is why you see there is enmity between all the rest of the world against the Bantus people. So if you think like this curse has disappeared, no. The only way you can be free from this curse is only when you return to keep the commandments of Tatan Zambi, the laws, the covenant that he made with Adam and Eve, and also with Masa. I want to thank the Most High Tatan Zambi for this great revelation.